How's it going, everyone? With the conclusion of the rookie minicamp, the Packers have so far officially signed 3 tryout players from the minicamp. So it's going to end up being 1 offensive lineman and 2 receivers. Also, the camera looks a little different. Kind of got a new lens and still fiddling with it. But on to the players. So first one we have is Lekitus Smith, offensive lineman. He was actually drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in 2022, played a few snaps, didn't really make the team, and he tried out for the Packers. So for Smith, he comes in with a RAS score of 6.91, has a height of 6'3" and weighs 314 pounds, and did the bench press 23 times, and had a 40-yard dash of 5.18, which was pretty good, and a shuttle time of 4.78. So a decently athletic offensive lineman. For his time with the Cardinals on the PFF side, he played 210 snaps for them, had an offensive grade of 44.8, a run block grade of 46.6, and a pass block of 38.1. So pretty abysmal. And he allowed 2 sacks, 3 hits, and 7 hurries. So a total of 12 pressures. So very, very bad playing time with the Cardinals. But if we kind of look at his collegiate career, he spent 4 years at Virginia Tech. So in his final year in 2021, had 598 total snaps played with them. Had an offensive grade of 70.3, a run block grade of 71.4, and a pass block grade of 70.4. So a lot better. And only allowed 2 sacks and 10 hurries, so 12 total pressures. And then over the course of 2 years, only allowed to 2 sacks and 19 total pressures. For the entire collegiate span of over 4 years for him, 4 total sacks allowed. So a pretty good college career for him, and just didn't play well with the Arizona Cardinals. And with the addition of Smith, the Packers are currently rostering 16 total offensive linemen. So a pretty hefty roster for the offensive linemen that had competition and some camp bodies. Now on to the next player was a wide receiver in Dimitri Stanley. So Dimitri Stanley comes from Iowa State, has a RAS score of 5.92, height of 5'10", and weighs 188 pounds. Did the bench press 17 times, so not bad for a receiver. And had the 40-yard dash of 4.52. So not extremely fast, not really slow, but for his height, I kind of expected him to be a little bit faster. But for his time in college, he actually spent 6 years in college, 4 years at Colorado to start off, and then 2 years in Iowa State to end his college career. So in his time at Colorado, he had a total of 70 receptions for 820 yards and 4 touchdowns. So not really much at Colorado. And then at Iowa State, only 48 receptions and 559 yards and 1 touchdown. So really didn't do much at his time in college. But when trying out for the Packers, he definitely made a lot of good plays to where it kind of turned some head for Matt LaFleur. So obviously they liked what they saw and they've brought him on. So he's one of the receivers. And then lastly, the third player that the Packers signed was wide receiver Julian Hicks. I actually talked about Julian Hicks in my other video where I was talking about all the undrafted free agents that we signed, and he was actually the one tryout that they kind of mentioned more than all the others. And if you want to see that video, it'll be linked up here. But just kind of giving an update of the players that the Packers are currently signing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more signings, especially considering we're allowed at 90 people on the roster going into this offseason. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack, go.